Welcome to the DKHizouse. You know what we talking about. Welcome to the DKHizouse. That's what we gonna run our mouth. Hey y'all, just a little disclaimer. Everything is for entertainment purposes only. Everything is alleged. I don't know none of these people. I'm just giving my thoughts, my opinions, predictions on what I think I see and know and hear. And I want you to do the same down in the comment section. So don't take everything too seriously, but only with a grain of salt, because we be chefing it up in this kitchen. And welcome, glad to have you. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you've been here a couple of times, we'd love to have you in the fam bam. I literally hate when that happens. Once again, I'm up here thinking I'm recording. I'm not recording the Elite Squad, bro. So all my good stuff was mostly said, but we're gonna try this mug again. We're gonna see what happened. So at the end of the day, I don't condemn anybody who likes to smoke a little weed every now and then, get a little buzz lit, i.e. every now and then. Now when I say get litty on my channel, I was definitely not talking about substance, okay? You can definitely get lit off life. That's what I was talking about. I've never been drunk, high in my mother freaking life. Everything I've used to get me lit was natural, or mostly because I'm just naturally excited and overcome with joy off of life. Okay, so that's the point that I mean lit. But a lot of people are using lit to describe a feeling from another substance. What I'm just saying is stay lit from yourself, lit from within to without instead of lit without to within. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, go check out my video that I did on overcoming addictions, because I feel like some people are addicted to this substance called weed, and it's okay. You don't have to be. Some people do want to get off of it. I've heard a lot of people say, I need to quit, man. I need to quit, man. I need to quit, man. That's another thing that impressed me to make this video. I just did a video called Overcome Addiction, and it's a avenue, just a little touch of an avenue to stop your addiction. Okay, so check that out. It may help you. It may not, but it might help you. So it's worth checking out. But good luck in your process if you are addicted to marijuana or Maryjane or whatever, because some people are, and it's very, very sad and unfortunate. And when I say addiction, meaning you feel like you gotta have it, and you're constantly consuming it without thinking, like you become zombified. So an addiction, when you have addiction to something, it's mostly controlling your life. Like you basically feel like if you don't have it in your life, or you take part of it, like something's wrong with you, something's going to happen to you. But in reality, nothing's wrong with you, nothing's going to happen to you. Okay, but in your mind, in this zombie like state, you feel like, oh, I gotta have it. And it's things now that are legal, including Mary Jane, that are very addictive. Some prescription drugs that are very able to get people, some people are hooked on those, the pain medicines and painkillers or whatever. Some people are hooked on cigarettes. You can get them at most corner stores. Okay, if not all. Alcohol. A lot of people are alcoholics. They ruin their lives. Some of them are even on the street and homeless. Do I judge them? No, because everybody has their own battles and demons that they have to bear. But it's up to you on how you are willing to survive, get past it, move and muddle through it at the end of the day. But all I'm saying is just be mindful of it, because just because this is a very legal substance now, it does raise questions, red flags. My eyebrows make me wonder, why is it legal now? Which I know it was done, I think, the time Trump was in the president, so shout out to him. Even though a lot of people probably won't give his credit, that's when it first came about. And a lot of people who went to jail for crimes dealing with that substance were released under that administration. So shout out and good else to him. And a lot of states where it was legal in because of that situation. So it is legal, but just because something is legal does not make it safe. It can be very, very harmful, because if you don't know, in cigarettes is a very, very addictive substance called nicotine. Nicotine has people wanting to do it over and over. And that substance is also found in AKA hookah. Okay. So that's why a lot of people keep doing hookah, but they say it helps them leave the other addictions and cravings alone. But in reality, you still have that craving because it's an addictive substance in it. And I've also used vapes, and I've given vapes to people who do have nicotine cravings because there's a nicotine vape. And luckily, I didn't get addicted, but that person did, because they smoked. And when they weren't smoking, they had to have that fix from the vape or whatever, you know. So yeah, it's a very real thing. Just because something is sold on the corner store does not mean that it's okay. And if you don't know, anytime the government is involved in anything that's made legal, it just makes me raise flags, because the government loves their money in any form or way, and henceforth debt to colleges, to hospitals. These are very big money making institutions, industries. Cigarettes, beer, those are very big businesses. Even if you didn't know, they say cigarettes and beer help build a lot of today's societies for schools, roads, and stuff like that. So they make their money any way that they can. True enough, I do feel that it was a good thing for people not to be going to jail for years and years and years and spend time away from their family just because they want a little weed every now and then or whatever. But at the same time, it's like the fact that it's legal, I know the government is going to make their money, their coin, any way they can from it. Even if it means people getting addicted, people losing jobs, houses, incomes behind buying this stuff, they're not going to care one red cent, because you're hooked and you're giving them money. And anytime that you're giving them money, they love you. You're their best friend. They're going to give you more options, more colors, more flavors. And it's a certain group of people who gravitate to this item. A certain hue of people, they have a brownish hue to their skin tone, a tint. And I feel like if anything, just like they said, when you're trying to target a group of people, what's the best way to target them? Through the stuff that they like more, whether it's fried chicken or just whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, all you have to do is put a microbial or anything in this thing, or spray a chemical on it over the field or wherever it's from, and boom, they're hooked, or they're sent to a frenzy, or whatever they're choosing to put over. You wouldn't really know, because I don't have a dispensary. I know black people and white people do have dispensaries. I don't know, maybe they're gonna make it even harder for people to get them. I could probably see in the future, if you don't already have one, because anything that deals with money and a way to control a society, especially a group of people that they have for a long time tried to control and want to control, it's just an easy target, to be honest. A very easy target, because white people do smoke weed, but it's very, very minimal. Hispanics smoke weed, but I feel like black people still smoke weed more. And to be honest, if you wanted to deal with a certain group of people, you're going to target the things that they love the most. Not saying that's what's going on, but at the end of the day, anytime the government is involved in something, you just have to be careful sometimes. I don't really trust their thought process on a lot of different things and the way they handle a lot of different things. And especially if they're making money from it, nobody's safe. So just be careful and just stay out their way, basically. But if you feel like you are dealing with this substance in a healthy, comfortable way, to where you can stop anytime, you get it when you feel like it, that's cool. But if you feel like you're addicted, or that it's kind of ruining your life because you spend all your money to consume it, you're always thinking about it, then definitely go check out my video on addiction. And also just try to get help and weed yourself off of it as best as you can, because at the end of the day, this is your livelihood, and you still can have a very, very fulfilling life without a substance such as weed. And you can definitely get lit off of life without feeling like you have to have a substance that could be very toxic and harmful to you. Now, that's another dilemma. A lot of people are saying, oh, it's so healthy for you. It's weed is healthy for you. This, and that. But anything in excess can become harmful to you. Doesn't matter how healthy or good for you it is. Anytime you're putting something in your body to an excess, it can form a bit of a toxicity. Everything should be done in moderation and consideration. Like, oh, I just need this for this moment, not because I need it over and 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 over again. It becomes toxic. And not only that, I'm pretty sure that's not the intended use for that substance. I just don't believe it. For one, it has a very, very pungent, potent smell. Like, I haven't smelled the natural form, but I've smelled the burnt form. But keep in mind, black people hair has a very potent smell too. So I'm not gonna say that's the only, thing, but it is powerful. But at the end of the day, like, I don't even know what weed smell like without it being burnt. But if it has a scent naturally, then I'm sure it could be used for a more of a purpose of aromatherapy, like, burning for incense, or smelling it when you just want to feel a qualm, bringing it up to your nose or something like that, or putting it in a little tea, herbal tea or something like that, which you could put that stuff in almost anything now, whatever. But as far as burning it and putting it into your lungs, your system, I don't see it being that good for you. Just like when you burn chicken, when you burn a watermelon, when you burn celery, really what benefits truly are you getting out of it because it's burnt? So yeah, you may get an after effect or feeling from it, but I feel like you still get that feeling from just having a plant in your house to sniffing on it, putting it in a tea or something to that form. So those are, I feel like you get more of the benefits from it in the form of a therapeutic, rubbing it on your body, your skin, or smelling it. But the fact that you're like burning it all the time, whatever, I wouldn't say that's good. Now, if you just had like a bonfire, just wanted to gather around people and just throw it in a bonfire, whatever, and it's not being consumed with you, and it's like mostly of aromatherapy, because people do hot boxing, which is kind of the same thing. You're inhaling what is being put out, if that makes sense. So I don't feel like it's really intended, its intended use is being used, if I want to say that. And at the end of the day, do what you feel that you need to do. But I do feel like more people are going to become addicted to it, and there's going to be a certain population that's going to be addicted to it. And if I were you, I would jump off that bandwagon, because just like the price of cigarettes can go up, the price of beer and alcohol can go up, then that means the price of weed can go up. Anything that's regulated by industry or company, it can go up. And if you're addicted to something, that means you're going to be spending more and more money, more and more time on this certain thing. And I don't know if that's the time that you want to spend, because when you become zombified or you're stuck in your addiction, then you start to lose sight of the things that are around you, because you're zoned out. Now, if you're zoned out for 15 minutes, okay, cool. You have your little break, you have your little moment. But if it's hours and hours and days on days, then that's where I would see it as a concern, because what actually are you getting done? Are you working on your business? Are you working on your home? Are you working with your family? Are you working on your love life? Working on your kids, your spouse? Like, are you tending to them? Make sure they have food on their table, that they're kept. Because I've definitely seen this video that was very traumatizing. It was a 2 or 3 year old child on a train. The parents, I don't know what substance they were on, because I don't even know how far and litty that weed to get you, but I heard it can make some people trip, especially if you get the bad kind. I haven't had the experience yet, and I don't plan on it either. Like I said, I've never been drunk, none of that. But never really wanted to either, because I like to be aware of what's going on around me. But anyway, it was like a 3-year-old on a mother freaking train, a moving train at that, full of people. And the mom and dad was zoned out, zombified. They were falling over, slurring their words. eyes in the back of their head. And that's what you don't want, especially if you have a young child that could be victim to anything happening to them. You have to be aware of your surroundings. You cannot be zoned out, zombified, because it's unsafe. All because you're trying to get a fix or a high or fix an addiction. So what you don't want to do is become addicted to something that is so freely accessible. So check yourself before you wreck yourself, because I sure don't want you to wreck yourself. Yeah, that part. Well, as always, thank you for stopping by at the His House for your alleged tea, entertainment, and gossip and predictions. And we will definitely have more. So definitely come back and see us. And if you want to be notified, hit that bell and also subscribe, especially if you've been here before. Come back again and again, but subscribe and join the fam band. We'd love to have you. And if you liked anything that was said on today, or even made you laugh, joke, think, ponder, make sure you hit that thumbs up or that like button, especially if you agree or disagree, and comment down below.